Good evening. It's not morning, it's 8 p.m. It's Monday evening coffee, as we do regularly. Thanks for coming along. Sorry, it's been a while. It feels like about 10 years since it's been Salute. And I've been very uncertain. So I did think I wasn't sure whether to do one after Salute, as in the day after, and then I didn't. And then I was going to do Monday, and then I didn't. And then I was going to do yesterday, and I didn't. But here I am. I found a space. I found a space, which does mean that the news has piled up, so I've got quite a lot to talk about. But it is also 8 p.m., and I assume we're not going anywhere, so we can chill out with one of the last standing in the UK, the cooling tower, the beastly cooling tower. Full of coffee. I have just had a nap, so it's almost like it's a Sunday morning coffee because I'm nice and groggy. So we've got that. And I've got no notes also, despite having all that time to prepare. There's lots of good, cool people. Oh, there's Belgians in the car. There's Belgians in the car. Oh no, it means I can't talk about them. I have to talk in code and pretend I'm not talking about them and say like some European people that weren't from Belgium. So I've got covering over the show. We've got Salute. Salute and all the Salute happenings. Was Salute good? Am I now a millionaire? Etc. And then I had a week off. Uh, so what did I do in the week off? Which also includes organising a little Kitbash thing with Ramshackle Games, who is here, and doing fun stuff with Belgians. So we'll also go into that. Were they good Belgians? Stick around and find out. And then what the what on earth is going on with Bad Squiddo? Because I've been AWOL. And the short answer is nothing bad. I've just been absolutely knackered, and my entire body and brain have gone, you have survived the many things in a row, and you can shut down now. So I am now. I'm in the I'm in the transition, which I decided. I thought I came up with the best analogy ever yesterday, to the point that I kept chuckling about it and going, "Damn, Annie, you're funny." Um, in the Christmas Carol, specifically the Muppets Christmas Carol, because that's obviously the most canon version in film, is the ghost of Christmas Present as he starts fading, and he's going, "No, spirits, a spirit's lives so short," and that's fun social Annie, fading away, going, "My time on this globe is very short." And it's okay because then you can meet the next spectre, which is the ghost of Christmas past, or Business Annie. So today is like a werewolfy change where I'm like and switching back into full Business Annie, but that's tomorrow. So I'm in the in-betweeny zone today, which I did almost paint, but I was fighting with the werewolf of myself. But then I had a nap anyway, so, and then it was 8 o'clock. Um, so I do struggle to focus on more than one thing at once, which you are used to. So it means I either work all the time or entirely ignore work. So I have ignored everything Bad Squiddo mostly. It's been in the back of my mind. But we will talk about that. So I have no notes, obviously, so I'm just going to ramble on as always. Some people who aren't normally here as well. So hello, welcome. Please do get yourself a beverage of any sort of choice, or multiple beverages, as I'm sure most of the viewers, listeners will be doing. And you can do something if you want. Just do a bit of painting, or put me on the big screen and have the whole family watch, and I won't swear at all. Though it's always a risk when I'm a bit sleepy. Mike 2D2 is on a hot chocolate, which actually that's a really good idea, but it's too late now for this enormous coffee. I don't know if he'll ever cool enough. Yes, with T-Rex with tiny rat-like hands. Talking of rats, the little mice rat creatures I've got are very old. There's two left, and They're just like these really old little doddery old ladies walking around. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just very old for their they've well outlived their natural life. So when I see them, just looking at them now, they're over there. They are just kind of like, hello, may I have some seed? Like there you go. Um, so yeah, rats, mice, peas, all good. Um, Kate says, see if they have any spare cooling towers going free just southwest of Nottingham. I do love this mug. I haven't full cooling towered in a while, so I think when oh it's Jez, yeah, it's Jez, isn't it? That is a cooling tower appreciator. A cooling tower mug. It's got to be 2 mugs worth in there. That's my justification for more coffee. So anyway, so the last time I updated was something like, "Is Annie prepared for salute?" She was. So was salute any good? It was rubbish. I hate it. I'm not going back. No, it was really good. It was the best salute. I've decided the best one yet, which is nice. Which was very nice. Um, the best in all terms. So in terms of money, which was extra good when I found another. I thought I'd done the count up, and then I was tidying some stuff up and went, "Oh, there's a spare money pelt." And it was full of more money. Yeah, woohoo, more money. This is excellent. Um, and I need to do all my banking and all that sort of stuff. But I might even be able to keep some of the money, which is extra good. So I can get more minis made. Yes. So something I want to do. No, I was about to say to cheer myself up. I don't need to cheer up because I'm quite cheery. But as a little, well done, Annie. You are cool. I'm going to get a random figure made of just something I want made for whatever reason. But I haven't even had a chance to think about it, so I might muse on that, thinking, just whether it be historical or anything, but probably historical. What random figure shall I use that cash to go? There you go, Annie has a little, and also to give Alan go. There you go, Alan. Sculpt that whilst I get the last of the details for the mega project. So I'm going to go just a bit of a treat. Katie says pigs on motorbikes. They exist, although I only have one pig on a motorbike. I also have Bunny on motorbike. Um, what was also good, so it was the best salute in all the terms. So obviously it's a business, need to make money. So we made the money, which was really good. Had lots of lovely chats. It was busy the entire time, which is also good. And what was the other one? I didn't have any sort of meltdown, and nothing went wrong. So all of those factors together is very good. Um, so I was super happy about all of that. I will be drifting away in terms of concentration and attention and stuff because I am knackered. But yeah, so I will keep going. Oh yes, salute, salute, yes. So yeah, gonna do a treat. I don't know what treat yet. Just it's kind of like sometimes there's some in community minis. I'm going, come on, vote for her, vote for her. There might be one that I just go back and go, I'm just gonna get her made. So it's really good because it's. I was talking to another trader saying that when you kind of start, well, not start growing, but at any point, you hope that you kind of compete against yourself. So your brain expects you to do better each time, and sometimes you don't. There's just a load of different reasons why you might not have, you're not going linear in how much you make or whatever, or how busy it is, because there's just so many factors. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're a failure and should quit or anything, but that's what your brain does. So because it does tend to go up if you're doing stuff right, it's just kind of, sometimes it goes up and down. It's not been linear for me at all. It's kind of gone like that. I've gone off cam, so you know what I mean, a jaunty upwards. um so your brain does then go, oh, I need to, it's got to be more, there's got to be even better. And then you think, hang on, but that of like a few years ago would have been a mega win, but now it's like, oh, that's not the arbitrary figure that I've planned and all that sort of stuff. So for it to do that was really really cool. and a nice reward because if you have been watching or listening, then you'll know that I've not rested at all this year until after Salute. So the fact that that all went brilliantly was a nice validating, and I am an absolute sucker for requiring validation. So to have both the head pats of people saying, "Oh my god, your stuff is so cool," and following it through with cash, because the combo of the two is what fully keeps it going. Obviously, people touch that. People saying that it's excellent is excellent. But then the brain can be like, they're just saying it. They're just saying it to be nice. But the fact, when people part with money that they've worked to earn to purchase my things, like, oh, they're not just making it up. And then obviously my brain will go, oh no, now they've put them so now they've had to pay because they're so like awkwardly pretending to like your things. Like, shush, brain, you silly old brain. I've got a few things to show and tell as well, but we'll get to those. So, any particular Salute anecdotes? I think it was brand. I was starting to have one of my classic Salute anxiety freakouts just at the start, just the last minute. I found that I thought I'd got everything. This happens every year. I think I've got it perfect, and then I find something I've kind of buggered up on. And this year it was 3 crates of unpriced stuff, which then meant that I was behind in doing the last minute rejiggle, which was I'd mostly positioned things in the racks, but I needed to do a last minute sort of put some of the bestsellers that I'd added or new things, put them into more line of sight and stuff like that. And I didn't. And I was going, oh crap, 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 crap. And it's where I am now, the last 2 years at Salou, I can see the queue, which never helps. And why does everyone run in? It opens and everyone runs in. And it's like, oh, they're coming. And they're all like, ah. And I'm like, and this year, because it was Highlander themed, there was a lone bagpiper. And with all due respect, people of Scotland and other heritages of bagpipe, lone bagpipers are not on my calming music things. I am a fan of bagpipes in a band situation, but the lone bagpiper does something to my brain that I think causes just intense rage. So this is where I lose all of them. The viewers just go down and just get out of here, Annie. But yeah, that combined with anxiety, I've decided that solo bagpiper is the sound of anxiety. Ramshackle disagrees. And Mike Tung disagreed. He did stop early on. So that is a sorry, bagpipe. But whilst I was freaking out, and then suddenly there's like this screeching noise. It was that was fun. The day, it was just very seamless. Well, is that like because you'd popped them? I wonder what the theme will be next year. That would be interesting. Um, so yeah, no major. I like do a debrief with various companies. We call each other up and if they're like my super like compare how much we've made and stuff like that, and get a bit of a of like, oh, are we up? Did you make more? Were you busier than last year? And kind of do that. Only with trusted people. I think I said before, I love that shows how much everybody has taken, um, like compared to other people. Because I think I said before, I was chatting to someone years ago, and I said, "Oh, this show's rubbish. I'm way down on what I normally take." A couple of days. Oh, sound. Why is there always a glitch? There's nothing that would cause a glitch. Everything is in. So hopefully it will not glitch. But do tell me. But where was I? Why is I can't do anything. I need to really upgrade this system because I don't. When anything happens, there's nothing I can do. Whereas when I use software, you can tinker with it, but it's a camera with sound and it's plugged in. And as soon as when I'm moving, so if I just stay really still, then it won't cut out. do let me know. Again, with my lack of attention, I'm now focused. If it's cutting out, well, I can't remember what I was talking about. Um, uh, because I was tapping. I don't know. Um, related to when, oh no, good old auto settings. So if I look to the side, it like cuts out. So if I wanted to say anything and like censor myself, I could just go and come back. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna keep looking at the camera and talking because it'll otherwise turn into an hour of me going, now? Is it working? I don't know. I'm gonna try and stay really still, but I don't know what else I can do, and I don't want to cancel the stream and start again because it's just the worst. Although last time you were very good at following me, but if it gets really bad, we'll have to. It'll be interesting if the playback works like that. I will stay very still. Um, yeah, I'm always intrigued just out of general stats how well other people do. Oh, that was it. Yeah, I was talking to someone, a couple guys a few years ago, and yeah, I said, "Oh, this show's been a bit rubbish," and they said, "Yeah, it's been ace for us." And then it was I didn't know them well enough, like if it's like one of my really good mates, I'm like, "Well, what did you take then?" But I did kind of go, "Do you mind me asking?" And then this show's amazing cash number was lower than my this show is rubbish number. Um, so it's all relative, and it's always relative, like size of the stand, what you've taken, and all that stuff. But it's still just interesting to me. Um, so and yeah, not even from a little bit from a competitive point of view, but also just to what's it? Just the stats. I just want to know because people will go, "Oh yeah, it was good," and I'm like, "But what is good? Tell me what your good is." Um, so yeah, I with my close trader chums, I kind of did that little phone around. Like, oh, what did you make? And everyone seemed to be really really positive. So that was great. So that was really good. Um, and in my my little comparison chart, I was like, oh, I have done especially well. Yes, go me. Um, so that was good. Um, I'm on the general before I get to the specific, any sort of specific salute anecdotes. It was Yeah, it was busy and ace, and it was a really good reward for all my hard work. So that was good. I'm going to cause more sound issues by moving now. Morning, evening, kinsfolk. Kinsfolk gets a mention shortly, and I even have one of their miniatures painted that I painted next to him. If the sound continues to work. Someone I did bump into at the very well, had arranged to bump into at the very beginning of Salutes, is the Forbidden Psalm, Will. And we did a swapsies. So we swapted a load of books for a load of minis. So Forbidden Psalm, I've got the main book, but I don't have the extras. And I tried buying them. I think I mentioned one week because Forbidden Psalm is who we partnered up with for the Pulp Kickstarter. So um, when I did that, I tried getting two. I'm distracted now. But paint pens, speed paint, two paint pens. So they paint like literal paint pens. That sounds interesting. Um, so I tried buying all of their stuff, and then I think it was an American website or something, and I've been telling everyone to go there. And it was hard to buy physical in the UK, I think, but they've just announced a physical UK, a physical as in like you can ship them physical, not the files. You know what I mean. Book in hand, not a digital, which can be sent off. So if you're interested, you can buy them now. Um, but yeah, they did the little supplement with the pulp heroines, which was really cool. Mr. Oh, from the people who sell gaming mats, whose name has just escaped me. Deep Cut. Did they have paints, or was it? the two thin coats because they were also down that way. Um, so yeah, Forbidden Psalm. I wanted all of it because I want to consume it all because I love it. So we swapped for a whole bunch of minis and a whole bunch of books. So I've got it all. I've got it all. I got Horse War, Walk Ball. I think that's a little like yeah, a little book. Record your kills. What horrors have you ended and how? What horrors have I started? Uh, I can't see, but endless horrors between stars. Lots of horrors. Forbidden Seas. The Vault of the Mad Wizard. Classified. So they do lots of zines. Dread Knights. Just give me all of it. So I've got those. That's that stack. Talk much about Curtis Palooza? Not yet. I'm going in order of happenings. It's not even Curtis Palooza. It was Curtis and Annie Palooza. We've got Endless Horrors from Between the Stars. Where's the stack? Stack the Collection of Death. I'm very excited about this, though I've not even looked at any of it. 28 Psalms. The Cloth Goblin one. Because I'm kind of interested in doing a thingy. Taryn is here. Yeah, oh, look, all the friends. And the Last War. So the Last War and that one, Endless Horrors, are the ones that my pulp figures have the rules that they can go for. So I need to have a proper look. So I got it in PDF, but I don't like looking at PDF stuff just because I look at screens too much anyway. So I got all of these, all of these from Will at Forbidden Psalm, which is wicked. He'd never heard of Turkey Man, so he now knows of Turkey Man, has Turkey Man, and I believe Turkey Man is getting statted as we speak. What was I going to say? Regarding what sold, because people go, what was a big seller? I don't know. I haven't even looked yet. The racks have been deposited and I haven't looked. All I know is we are now out of Turkey Man. There are no Turkey Men in the office either. I'll order some more, obviously. The last Turkey Men were taken back to Belgium, currently in a car, being taken away, taken off the aisles as there are too many Turkey Men in Great Britain, so they must be removed. I believe that's how it works. Turkey Psalm, yes. All the new stuff was when I did my little check, my little sort of peep around the racks. They seem to have done well. Creators always go well, but I think generally it's always just a bit of everything, which is always weird when it's trying to figure out what to bring extras of. So I need to see, did I succeed once I do the count of what's left and go, did I succeed? What sold out immediately? I know we ran out of jesters quite early on, which was interesting. The Hippos Hobby Tour, the Belgians say Turkey Men already tried to escape twice already. You must be contained. You need a little. I should sell little cages. Now you have your Turkey Man. Now you have the cage. So I did those cool swapsies. So that was wicked. Luckily, Nils got it with his toes. Phew! I was worried for a moment, but whew. What have we got? Things. So salute, excellent. Did our usual going for the best tie in the world ever the night before. Travelled down with Fenris, who also did well, and so they had their thing. So it was quite a mission because it's two companies, one van. But the team were awesome, so I want to extra thank everyone who helped, which was Lou and Gail and Alan and Claire and Sim and Mum, Lil Mum, who's coming up tomorrow. She's going to come and help doing a bunch of blister packing and help me go. I popped in the office yesterday and went, this place is an absolute tip, but Tuesday Annie can deal with that. So yeah, it was just, I could just say for ages ago it was the best. It is the best day of the year pretty much, well, every year unless something interesting happens. It's wicked. It was just wicked. I did get the the usual get like that post-salute misery sort of thing, which has been a bit threatening this week. But I'm sure this, as in this being um, the next week, um, brain. I'm sure the misery will come fully. It's there. It's there waiting, going, come on. I've already had the Gollum of nobody likes you. Like, yes, that's why it was all a massive hit, and I've hung out with lots of cool people, like, because they hate me. So I got back from Salute. I was a corpse. I have never been that knackered, that dead. I was really, really not well. I was concerned I was going to have an enormous meltdown because I'd kind of gone pretty non-verbal and just like, I cannot if I pack up. Luckily, I have lots of lovely people that were helping me pack, but they were also quite dead. So I was then aware of like, I can't just, leave them to it. So and there's some bits only I can do. I have made the stand very well, so most people can do it. So, but there are a few bits where I hadn't, like I need to make sure I've packed down the cabinet properly and stuff. So I was really dead. A few people saw me at that point and can confirm death. I was really concerned that if one thing, if I trip over one thing or drop something, it's all going to be over. But I did it. Um, and we got back. We got back. It was fine. So Fenris usually stays here, so he stayed here on Saturday night. Curtis just looked like he was dead on Tuesday. Curtis has had an office move. I don't know if it's allowed. I don't know if it's a secret. Well, it's not anymore. Curtis has been a very busy man. So brain. What was I at? Brain. This would be a good stream if there's things that I'm not supposed to say, because they'll definitely all just come out. Yay, it's not a secret. Way. Curtis has moved office as well. Oh my god. So Greg brought this to coffee masu, which was like a little bundle of, I don't even know, but it was amazing. I did get what's the word? Like chased off the Fenris store because Ian wasn't around, but I knew that there was, as Greg says, weaponized diabetes. So I went and stole some. So he was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Cheers for the tiramisu!" Is what I order. So that was amazing. I want to say thank you, Greg, but you made it for Ian. Where's my tiramisu? Where's tiramisu? But tirami. Can I have some tiramisu next time, please? It was very nice. Just just take a little bit out. So yes, I got to see a load of you, which was ace. Put the order in for next year. Yes, I'll just have some of Ian's. Otherwise, I'll end up eating it all because it was that. Yeah, it was good. It tasted good, and it was like. But yeah, I think as soon as the show finished, my brain had gone, everything you have been working to has happened. You may now shut down. Like, no, not yet. Not yet. We did have one issue at the end, and I think that's what broke me. That was the final, before anything that would make me absolutely lose it. We had some issues getting the van in because it's a boring anecdote that can't even be bothered to go into. But the van, and they had different booking system, and they said it was fine. It was not fine. So there was really sleepy me out, like talking to all the different radio people, going, "Please let our van in. We need to get the van to collect the things." No, going, "Oh no, you can't come till 9 p.m. There won't be anything." Mike says getting the van was good this year. Not for me. So I will say, as there's fellow traders that will know what I'm talking about. It said book any time because the auto slots. Um, the way that the system is, because there's a whole, you have to go through a voyage control, which is outside of Salute. It's the Excel system, and it's got a capacity for each time slot. Because I booked mine late, it said your time slot might be full up, but it's fine. Just book whatever the next one is. Everyone's coming in at 4 anyway. So I booked 9 p.m. because that's all that was left. But then, yeah, then they were going, "No, you can only come in at 9." What? Oh, no, they said it was, nope, can only come in at 9. So that was a fun bit at the end. I just pretty much had to run off the stand going, "No." But other than that, it's fine. It's fine. Got back. Went to the garden centre. We got Oh, getting the van in. Yeah, getting the van in was really, really easy. That was amazing. Um, yeah, went to the garden centre the day after, got a little plants, had a massive breakfast because it's the best, saw lots of cats. Unloaded then, so we'd unloaded Saturday and then booted Fenris and Lou out to go do their bit in Lincoln. So it was all, and then that last bit of doing stuff, then did the next level of crash. I've slept a lot. I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't know if I've overslept or if I just need more sleep, and you're like, listen to your body. But my body lies. I don't know. So earlier I was gonna do some more. Oh, it's doing that autofocus thing as well, which is also really distracting to me. Um, so it was I forgot what I was saying. Hooray. So salute, good. Yes. Um Oh, Links is you have a generally sleepy vibe most of the time. It's because I have too many. I struggle thinking about many things at once, and my life requires me to think about many things at once. So I'm just always like incredibly bamboozled. So I've been like that pre-salute in making sure everything's correct. Yeah, like as soon as I turn, it goes like move out of focus, and and then I'm just dead. So I'm either in full like trying to manage a bazillion things or dead. So that's generally the sleepy vibe. But there's a lot goes on goes on in the brain for somebody that struggles thinking about lots of things to choose a life of having to think about lots of things. In the same vein as the thing that I frequently say to myself is, you've got a lot of outdoor plants for someone without an outdoor tap. I thought about that a lot this week as I've done my 8 millionth trip with my little watering can back outside. I think that's kind of a metaphor for my life. I think a lot of outdoor plants for someone without an outdoor tap. Mm. So, so it was done. Then what? There is quite a few people joined that aren't normally here because they might get themselves talked about. So a bunch of Belgians came over. Who were the Belgians from Camping Kitbash. Are you ready for your shout out? Woo! So they're all driving at the moment. They're driving back, as far as I know. Maybe they've arrived and just turned this off now. They're like, "Ugh, we're done. We've had enough of her. We've had her all week." So Tina, Jeff, Nils, and Dan from you can put your tags and whatnot in the little chat there. So they've came over for salute and then up to Nottingham. Woohoo! Woo! Driving in the car, hearing your names called out. What a fun time! Nobody's tired, I'm sure. There we are. That was the little thing for the Belgians there. So they were over, and I love them a lot, and they're the best. So I coincided that with taking a week off. Although this time I was a bit rubbish at actually announcing I was having a week off. So I've also been replying to stuff going, sorry, I'm not here until next week. So I've done a week of socializing. Although some could call it networking, but it was not. It was socializing. They were the people. Look at those. Go follow them all over the place. They also go under Chosen by Goblins, which has also entirely reminded me that I didn't mention the Kitbash. So I managed to run off the stand at one point and go see Kitbash Corner at Salute, which was full of these people, and not all of them, or maybe any of them. I can't remember. But a whole bunch of people. Basically, it was like a little art exhibit at Salute, and it was the best thing ever. And I managed to zoom around there and meet a bunch more and see some friendly faces and get a cookie from Lawrence. And that was really, really ace. And that's given me like a really big Kira. Woo! Kira was one of them. It was just wicked. I need to do a big post about it because it was really cool to see, and I'm glad it's got more people thinking of minis in that sort of arts sort of way. And I think more can be done. More. So that was cool. So the Belgians were around all week, so I went, I will dedicate my week to them, but also sleep. So Tuesday Maybe just over a week before Salute, I decided that because in honor of this Belgian invasion, and a lot of other cool people that were kind of floating around post Salute, that we should do something in Nottingham because there's lots of stuff been happening in London with Salute Fringe, which I still don't understand. I still don't understand. I don't know who it is, although I keep asking and then being told and then forgetting. But Salute Fringe was a bunch of sort of like little get-togethers around there, which looked great. Although I had to go, so no, I am too corporate. So I must get this van of stuff back. But it was wicked, and it's all the stuff that I've been saying for the last like year or so, from Curtis's first mates and minis to camping Kitbash, and just hanging around with people making things for the sake of making, and it's just like makes my heart enormous. And I've met some of the absolute best people from it, and so yeah. So Alec is here. You haven't missed it. I'm still going. I'm still going. Mike says if someone would be kind enough to invite me to the next Kitbash, it would be happy. Not allowed, Mike. You know. Salute Fringe, like the Edinburgh Fringe. I think that's the name. Yeah, sort of to just things going on around it. But yeah, lots of cool indie stuffs. Um, but yeah, the not the issue, not the problem. There are no problems with Camping Kitbash. Is that it's the way it's held is in a very small event, a very small place. I think it's smaller than last year, so it's just a toughie to get it in. I don't know if there's like an application process, but maybe someone in the chat can say, or they're also just too dead. But it was the best. So they've all come over. So I said, let's do an event that requires very little planning because I don't have any brains. And the only person kind of connected to this in Nottingham, like of organisee, is Curtis, who is moving office, so also doesn't have any brains. And we don't want anyone to expect anything massive. So we organised, it went through a variety of names. I don't know if it was called anything in the end. Apologies if you didn't get an invite, because again, it was like a sort of last minute. We were worried it'd overfill because it's a relatively small venue. So it was a kind of word of mouth, mates of mates sort of thing. So it was one day on the Tuesday where basically the same premises as mates and minis, which was Kurtz's babies from last time, where I met a bunch of these people who are lovely. So it was just like I just want an excuse for people to hang out, and sometimes people are like, oh, but hanging out, but hang out, but you can clip things and glue at the same time. Yes. So I invited a bunch of people. Almost certainly forgot some people that probably now think I hate them, that I'm not anxious about at all. But as a last minute thingy, it was ace. I was really chuffed with that because I was starting to get a bit panicked of like, oh no, people are travelling to Nottingham now. What are they going to expect? So between me and Curtis, we got it all together, and everyone seemed to have a nice time. Got to meet a bunch of new people or have time to spend with people that I don't normally because I'm working, and it was really nice, and everyone seemed to have a lovely day. And we went to the pub, and then some people went on and had some food. But doing that in a short amount of time has given me a little bit. I need to post. I'm going to nick a bunch of photos and post up on mine as well, and just sort of show it off. Um, but yeah, knowing that we can make an event pretty quickly, that's that's a success. Is like, "Ooh." So I reckon me and Curtis should do some semi-regular events. I think I don't know, that'd be pretty cool. Because I absolutely love hanging out with people whilst doing a task. It's my favourite. Because I don't get, I imagine, again, in this hobby full of different neurodivergence and mental healths and all that, having the task as the thing to do, your brain isn't then focusing on socializing, which can then be various different levels of difficulties for us all. So when there's a task, it's fine if no one talks for a bit because you're all sort of gluing, and yet parallel play hobby time, that's the one. And I love it, and I want to do more of that. So also with my vague plans for AnyCon, I'm like, I could do it there actually. Um, I think was it 55 is the capacity. I could do that there with less less chance of failure. I've kind of been like adding up some costs and like how it could be done, and I'm like, actually, I could do that. Could do an AnyCon. We could even have little talks. We'll stand there. Um, what we got? Ramshackle, are you up for the painting seminars we discussed? They could be under the Curtis Annie banner. Canny could be Canny or Antis events. Yes, James, there's like knitting circles, but with added glue slash finna fumes. Yeah, I used to go to a lot of that sort of knit and natter type things, and I really liked that as well because you can just sort of like flit in and out. Um, but yeah, that was yeah, and it was only a fiver just to cover the cost. So yeah, I reckon that as an absolute minimum. But for a bigger like event where maybe you get something, I'm sure most people wouldn't care about 10, 15 pounds or whatever. Um, Oh, Jez is a professional storyteller. For an AnyCon, I'd obviously ramp up the charges and rip you all off. Obviously, not really, but you'd get loads of cool stuff, so it'd be a bit different. But for a low energy sort of chilled gathering, it's just a nice place to hang out, I reckon. And they seem pretty chill about it all, and they so yeah, that's like, oh, we could do a lot more, and I like that venue. I think we could do more there. So that was lovely, and I got to meet a bunch of people. I got to meet Kinsfolk Miniatures, who is in the chat. I don't know if he's still there. Might have gone. And again, yes, hang out with people. I'm going to have a sip of this coffee. That's what I'm looking at it. It's there going. Yeah, Anycon, putting the con in con. Oh, I have so much, so much cool gossip, but I can't tell you. Sorry about that. I would be unprofessional. It just reminded me of something. Was like, oh yeah, that's more of a phone call. Talking of con. Um, mm, we got content craft gossip. You say? No, not I. Not I. Mm. In light of the whole not knowing who's terrible and all this, I started a post earlier, but I need to go back to it because I fear that anyone I don't include is like an accidental sass. But I started an Instagram story of companies that are cool that I give the seal of approval that I would allow to look after my pigs. With a very non-subtle pride flag in the background, just because I wanted to go look. These are companies, but then I was like, oh no, if I if I miss people off, I know people. I'm like, I'm not entirely sure. I think they're cool and their stuff's cool, but I can't vouch for the name involved. Because I just wanted to do like a positive, especially with all of the terrible stuff happening with trans people at the moment, just to be and then people going, I don't know where where who is good, who is bad. I wanted to just go, well, these are definitely good. But it doesn't mean if I don't mention them that they're bad. So that's why it's stuck in drafts. Because I was like, oh no, I'm going to accidentally make someone look terrible if someone goes, I noticed Annie is not included. I'm like, oh no, I just forgot. So it's stuck in drafts at the minute. But let me know if that's something you want. Because obviously I wouldn't put like Annie's hater list. These are all terrible, terrible people. But you can always raise up the good people. So yeah, I wanted to do a bit of that. But yeah, what a minefield. But I wouldn't, because I know I used to have on my website a sort of list of friends. So I might do that again, but I can never entirely vouch for anyone because you never know. But this was with the specific like people that aren't dicks, basically people that aren't dicks. Um, Ramshackle says that's a mighty flagon you're drinking from. It is. It is from Sherwood Forest, made in the in the mount, made inside the mighty oak. But it's not because Jez knows the brand that it is. It's not got it stamped in, but they're very good. This is it's got a massive coffee in it, This is from the shop. We were going to go to Sherwood, but because of a million plans and stuff, we didn't. But if Jeff is listening, Jeff, I think it was Jeff that was most interested. I said there's a shop at Sherwood, a shop at Sherwood Forest that sells cool like reenactment and stuffage like that. This is from there, and it's my favourite mug. And I think Jez recognised it once, and it was like, oh, so I was like, oh, a mug fan. It is a cooling tower and also a mighty. It's nice, isn't it? It's one of my favourites. But it's very easy to overdrink. You just fill it up. But some days, just it's definitely the cooling tower. Some days call for it. I've had for ages. Um, Paul says it plausible says it was a lovely day. I enjoyed the past long kit bashing. It was lovely to meet you in Plausible Night, who picked me up from Sainsbury's. Oh my god, my rage at Sainsbury's is now growing. Sainsbury's have made it so you can't shop there unless you join them. And I should probably just join them because it's like doesn't matter, I guess. But I popped in there because it's a nearby sort of thing to get a bunch of food and drink, and they have two prices for everything. And I don't go to supermarkets very much. We get a home delivery of Tesco, and and, so because I don't see prices and stuff, I just get the same old crap each week. So I was looking through Sainsbury's and I'm going, do they make prices up? Because the prices are really high, and they're like, but if you've got our card, it's a normal price. So I was going to choose things, and like out of principle, not choosing anything that had the double price, but it was such a difference. So it'd be like some stuff would be like £4.50, but if you have the Sainsbury's card, which is free, it's £2, but I wasn't in the frame of mind, so I was just going, what? Um, yeah, you don't, I've got yeah, Tesco have got all my information. It was more the principle of like, how dare you make a two tiered cost system. But yeah, it's also that thing where I'm like, but I'm not saving. That was probably the normal price, and then there's the ramped up fake price. But no, and the woman at till was like, you poor little thing, you don't have a card. Like, nope, nope. But I'm not a frequent Sainsbury, so it's fine. But I was just like, how dare. But I then found myself in a sort of daze shopping for various stuff and went, I've got quite a lot of things to put in a taxi. So um, can't remember your username. Implausible Night. So Implausible Night came and collected me in like 50 different types of milks. It was. I'm really glad everyone had a nice, and I'm glad that I got a lot of people out of their little caves for the old what's the word like introvert dog meet thing. If you've seen that meme of all the introverted dogs meeting up and they're just in a park, all just kind of like. Uh, so that's always nice to get people mixing. I do like that. That's one of my hobbies. Going, you and you would like each other. You are cool and you're also cool. So yeah, I totally once me and Curtis are both settled down, I think we should maybe talk about like twice a year or quarterly or something like that. I reckon that could be cool. And yeah, even if we have less people, we can just do it for a tenner or something. So I don't think anyone will care paying a tenner. Um, so yeah, so everyone avoids Tesco. Yeah, so I'm just maybe that's it. Tesco have got me because I didn't even know I got a club card by being up. But yeah, it's boring. I won't go into it. But yeah, what can we just have normal prices? Why do we have fake prices? How about Rapper Shackle says yes. Totally isn't like um drowning in stuff. Alec, will you do something with Fenris? Potentially, it's just he's up in Lincoln, so it's easier to organise things with Curtis, and he has quite a lot of commitments as well. But yeah, that's it. We just get loads of people involved, whether it's just by yeah, I reckon quarterly. So yeah, we'll like different people if anyone wants to do little um like demos or tutorials or something, then people like that would work pretty well, wouldn't they? So yeah, that's exciting. Twice a year, twaddle with Curtis and Annie. Yes. Let me just drink this, and then I will show you what I made, but I didn't make. Nick shops in Waitrose. That means you'll have to buy more stuff off me. I'm gonna put prices up for you. So, I got to meet Kinsfolk Miniatures, who I've been chatting to online and enjoying their stuff. If you remember, I've painted. I did keep saying to people on the day, "Look, it's the long man, the long people that I painted up. I haven't got them here to show you with the like the bleedy. Everything that's got have bleedy eyes, isn't it? Um, but that and some of the little gremliny fellas. Um, and I got them to come along and uh, oh, not ramshackle tackle. Oh, don't Google that. And they brought a bunch of stuff, and because I was half in hosting mode and half in Annie, you need to actually do some sitting down and doing stuff. Um, Rotate hosts on the event. Oh, but then we'd get competitive, wouldn't we? It'd be like, oh, come to mine. Oh yeah, oh you can see. I thought this was off cam. I was playing with its insides there. It's got a little support. Um, chatting away going. So, um, Kinsfolk Harry brought a whole bunch of prints that anyone could grab at. Um, so one of them. Now my brain's off on. You could do a quarterly, but would quarterly then make the events less special if they're more often? But then quarterly would have like a they're smaller, and then we could have a finale. But anyway, I do not making plans for anything like that yet. But maybe an Anycon. So he brought a bunch of stuff, and like the last time I attempted to kitbash, where I got the toad from it was Wilhelm. Yeah, Wilhelm's toad. And I went, I can't bash this. It's just perfect as it is. I did put a wizard's hat on it though. I did attempt to put a little wizard's hat on this. So I ended up just painting. I think especially because I was in multi-brain, checking on people, doing hosty things as well. I didn't want anything that I had to put too much sort of attention on. And I've been wanting to paint this lion, so I thought that's going to be one because I like doing things in one session and like whatever I get to at the end of that time limit is done. So even though I'm like, oh, I could do so much more on it, it's I really like it. So I painted this. So this is sculpted by Kinsfolk, and I've just dumped a load of paints on it. I'm gonna do the old hand at the back trick. Oh, look at its insides. Its insides. Um, as it's a print, that's what's the insides. So it's playful. Got to base it because I just like it as is. It lives on my bookshelf now. And I really like it. I never know if people like seeing like if sculptors like seeing people paint their things, but either way, you got the torture of seeing me paint it over a few hours. So I really like it. If you're like, that's not how I envisaged it. What is she doing to my baby? Um, but yeah. Oh. Don't say you done paint on it. That lion is perfect. It painted itself. But yeah, just like because of the swirls, I just did lots of like popping water and swirling it, doing a swirly around. And yeah, I just really like it. Reminds me a little bit of Red 13 from Final Fantasy as well. I think that's where I got the brain. My brain decided on the colours, even though it's not, but same sort of palette maybe. You even did eyes. If I try, they look like black fried eggs. Or my favourite eye technique is. Come on. Oh, my favourite eye technique is always paint it black and add a daub of white. I did miss some of the lower teeth when I was looking at the photo. I was like, oh no, it looks like I'm so used to things just having bleeding mouths. I forgot about the lower teeth because I normally just cop out and go out and be bled. So like, oh, there's a few teeth, but I didn't paint it in the allocated time, so it's done. I'm just going to shimmy here and show you who it lives next to. Oh no, there's a bin in the way. Oh, wait there. I have got trousers on, yeah. I went for the awkward shimmy there, and I don't need to. I've got trousers. Um, we got so at the Mates and Minis that was a pure Curtle event. I painted these from Some Darian Studios, These eyes. That was my results of the last one. This one is slightly different because I used the roll text rollers available from Bad Squiddo Games on it. So that's why it's got a different texture because I was playing about. Um, but yeah, the winners for me of the last one was these slugs, sculpted by Flynn, who was here this time. So so I just painted them last time. So now these slug guys live with this on my on the case. Did you paint the giant ball for one? Not yet. So I've still got my bag of stuff from leads and steel and a bunch of other bits. And maybe soon I can get back to some sort of normal life. Yeah, Flynn's there. Slugs, slugs. Wow. I think one of the last like thumbnails I had was something like that, wasn't it? Or I was like, love them. Well, I still haven't tested the glow in the dark claim. What's really gross about this is it's got the coloured resin it's in and then the inks. It just looks so sore when I look at it. I'm like, ugh, ugh, sore. Ramshackle tap, free sure. Do that again. So now you have to go back. You missed a chance. Now you have to go back and screenshot it. Don't repeat. Don't repeat. I think I've got a photo somewhere from last time where I was going. um, but yes, I have got those big snaily guys that I think is going to be next on my painting, as well as I got to meet. I think it's Macarena Rising, and I got some of their eggs. They scanned their face and put them into eggs, and it's freaking me out. But then they're doing an egg challenge where you where you have to make something with the egg, and I've got a few ideas for that. So that's going to be next on my actual hobbying. But because I do my all or nothing, I've been doing all work, then all social. But next week, well, this week because it's starting tomorrow, I'm getting back to a sort of vague vague work life balance. If this was a live stream on like TikTok or something, it's where someone would then like put a clown makeup on me or something. Yes, I will return to normal work life balance. But things can start getting a bit more routiny. The weather's lovely, which means that it's less likely that I stay that I stay late at the office because it's like it's calling me to go outside and there's light out there. So I want to get this now because also there was just stuff all over the house in prep for salute. So now it's this desk cleared. I want to paint some more chonky things. So I've got the double-headed. I'll show you that as well. So slowly. Oh, Flynn dropped the washing up to run upstairs and throw my wife and kids the slugs on telly. I'll put them back on again if you want, and then then you can take the photo. Look, it's Flynn's slugs. Look, look, they're all. Oh, oh, it's me, the slugs. I've taken over from Annie. Oh, hang on. It's hard because my human eyes are in the way of my slug eyes. I can do all sorts of expressions with these. Slugs. Where are you, Jez, currently? Jez is a world set jet setter off on the realms of different film sets. You can cancel that all. Let's go sideways because I'm a 2D person. Oh, and because Kira's here, I can show that I wasn't making it up. So the bits that my painting desk is kind of like a time capsule for the time capsule for the office move because I was getting there. And wow, 6 months, nice. I was getting there, and then I got the call that all the office move and everything went to crap. So everything I was painting just stayed in time. So I'll show you. This is as far as I've got with the two-headed mega ghoul guy from Mammoth. You'd think that it would actually show you. There he is. Ooh, he's nearly there because I was just kind of going past him, putting ink on him. So he's getting there. I don't know what I was doing. I was just kind of again whacking them on bases, not making them for any particular game. Oh, I'm trapped and this guy is back. So I've got that. And then falls my phone downstairs exactly that moment. Power slid into a screenshot. It's okay. This will play back, and then you can rewatch it. You can rewatch it or re-screenshot. And I was painting some grubs of Kira's that were on the show at I was like, not Fringe, not Kitbash Corner, which again just need a tidy up and they're done. Just need to do some with the teeth, but little grub collection. There we go. See, I just need to finalise and then they're done. I got in the chat some maggots, little maggot guys. Together. Yay! Your children crawl around in Nottingham. So I've been enjoying the hobby again. Yay! And I was obviously getting really sort of frustrated if you've been following this with the move because it's that like I'm doing stuff that's not the stuff. Packing and moving and logisticking. I still haven't sorted a bin collection. All that sort of stuff is the frustration because that's not the actual job. The actual job is making the minis. So it's nice to be back into that like the enjoyment the enjoyment part of it. Jamie says the outdoor drinking area of the nearby microbrewery is calling to you, Annie. The sunshine, the pallets made into seating, the hoppy IPAs. I was there yesterday. I went there yesterday on my mega day. I ended up there for I actually had a half. I had half of a strong honey ale before I met up with the Belgians for the final time of the trip. It's so good. I was like, dang, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous place. And then the chap I was sat next to turned up, came back with like disappeared, and then came back with a basically like a charcuterie board. And then I looked, and they're selling like whole blocks of cheeses. So I'm like, this place is next to the tram. Dangerous. So I'm like, that would also be a good. Might as well finish work now, I guess. It's very odd. Where the new office is, it's pretty much industrial estate, and then there's like two of the best pubs just kind of chilling in there. So yeah. Um, Lucky God, A4. Love to see you soon. Hope you're covered. I have nearly, maybe. And I'm moving around too much for the autofocus. It's freaking out. It's freaking out. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but I got this wonderful gift at Kitbash event from Googly Eyed. The Googly Eyed, which I posted on the stories, but need to show. It is a bunch which is of the people to acquire this. I am the most grateful. Thank you. And I won't resell them. Like these sort of things, I don't treat them as like I hate how well I don't hate it. It's just not for me. But how people kind of treat them as, collectibles of high value and stuff. I'm just like, no, I like them. I just like them. Like that, action figures and things. I'm very much a play with them, take them out of the box. But it's also okay to not. It's just not for me. What are these? I'll let you have a quick guess before I announce. Look, did you kind of have a chance to look at the capybara picture frame? I did. You were one of the people I left on red. It was amazing. It was amazing. I need to. Can I share that as well? I can't share it here, but could you resend me? I can't remember if you emailed or Instagrammed or something because it may have gone down the things. But yeah, if you can send it again, if it's email, it's fine. I'll get to it. But Instagram, it gets to a certain amount, and then it just kind of like just pushes them away into the nethers or something. But I remember looking. I think it was on the way back from Salute the next day, and I was like, yes, because you've made a blog for it. I think that was you. But yeah, that was another cool bit of Salute, seeing what people have done with minis. And there's been some good bashes. Alex straight in there. C30 Amazons. And they're just a cool bit of history of women's in minis. So there is a little gang of them. I love them so much. And they are going to get painted and treasured and loved. Not that the camera will pick up. Yes. I love them. I love them. So yeah, just for my collection. Oh yeah, did you know this? I don't know. I assume they were on one piece, so I think this is a miscast, which kind of makes it cooler. Um, Monk will confirm, but her arm goes into a what? Wait, can you see? Arm goes into a stump there. And it's definitely can't really see on this angle, but it's definitely it does look like a miscast. It looks like where it hasn't filled the whole channel. Oh yeah, but I'm gonna keep it like that and have her as a handless. Um, but yeah, they're just really cool. I love them. I'm very, very. I think I was in a slight bamboozle when you gave me them, so so I was a bit like, and then I thought, oh no, I've come across really ungrateful, but it's like the best thing ever. I love them, and I am going to paint them just as is, just as things to have because it's really cool. My three girls are pretty hyped to attend next time. They'll have seen the pictures of display. There is an event this Sunday in Nottingham at Liquid Light. In my head, it was Saturday. So yeah, I like her as a miscast. I'm gonna keep her like that. She's a makes her more unique. And there's a bunch of them. I won't just keep doing that because again the camera hates them. But thank you so much. Yeah, just the pieces of history. It's pieces of history, and that's really cool. Um, Miscast should be your guy incognito. Yes. So there's an event at Liquid Light Brewery in Nottingham on Sunday, and I did say to them that I was uncertain because of salutage, and I was thinking about just taking the cabinets, but I don't think I will. But I think I'm just going to go and loiter. So it's a makers market at a brewery. So I may just go along. I do because I am always calling for more Nottingham events and then didn't immediately sign up, so I did feel like a bit of a hypocrite. But I do need to look after myself as well. So having a bit of a break, but I may go. Jamie says, I thought I'd dreamt the liquid light fingers and not seen it advertised anywhere. That may be a reason why I'm also gonna just go and check it out because yeah, my energy and all that is low. But if I did ponder just going and taking the cabinets, but it's just still another thing to organise, and I want to just get back in a bit of a rhythm this week, and it'll just be just be another thing. So I'll probably pop along. Probably pop along. I've got my show and tells. I know we've gone over an hour, but there's just loads has happened. It's really good. So then I've been hanging out with these Belgians all week. So we've done lots of cool things, and they're the best. And I am sad that they've gone. I'm sad. I want them to come back. Um, I have the two levels of affection, which is do I have human feelings? And then I love these people so much, and they've got into my stupid love sections. Now I'm like, no, I want them to come back. Why can't they all just live here? But I'll have forgot about them by tomorrow, so it's fine. They don't exist anymore. No. Not really, not really. Mm-mm. So we did lots of cool stuff. I've got lots of nice photos. They took lots of photos, which I'm going to steal, which they have on the like actual cameras and stuff. And there's some really nice photos, so I'll be sharing those. I've been using my other account, which I'm not sure if everyone knows about. I don't really post about it on Bad Squiddo because I want to make sure it's I want to make sure it's the cool people. Anyone is welcome. I just didn't want anyone. So I've got another account on Instagram called Raging Annie the Ghoul, and it's just my personal painty bits and bobs, and it's a little bit ruder. So I mostly just didn't want to post it on Bad Squiddo and people go, oh, I love her believable female minis. I wonder what she, oh my God. So it's not for everyone. I'm happy with it being like a little account. But if you are interested, go over and have a look. I'll give you a little follow back as well. So I've been posting quite a bit, but on Raging Annie the Ghoul rather than Squiddo. And it's a good way of me being able to be a person and not just a corporation all the time, which is always a bonus. And when I do, because I when I do my own painting, I do like doing lots of gore thingies and stuff that just might not be suitable for bad Squiddo and that to keep it pure squid. So yeah, have a little peep over there. But I will be posting on Bad Squiddo like a bunch of photos and stuff about the trip and the Kitbash and all that sort of stuff. It took me like a week to post about salutes, and then I thought people would think that I just hated it or something. That's why I hadn't posted. I just got overwhelmed by typing anything. I think I was just like, oh, there's all these messages to respond to and post a thing. And maybe I won't. Maybe I just will like throw my phone over there. No, don't like. Um, so there's all that, even social media things for me to catch up on. Um, I will not tons left of the stream. If you're thinking, nah, I need a wee or something like that, I'll wrap up. So what else have I mentioned? Yeah, we did lots of cool stuff. And it was really nice to hang out with them and a bunch of other people who came along, like Taryn, who's been around. Um, who else is in the chat that's been around? Googly, Googly, obviously. Della Blink, Joski, if Joski's still about, Flynn, and yeah, and Kira, and yeah, just loads of people. Andy did point out, said something like, "Have you switched from working overdoing working to overdoing socializing?" No, no, not at all. um, Yay, Joski's still there. Thanks for the great times. And obviously, because I had a really, really good time and hopefully brought joy to lots of people, my brain did a bit of everyone hates you, obviously. I think I've got over that. I think I'm over that now. Just need to like not let it not let it encroach. But that's the usual like salute thing because it's that like big high and then big low. Um, but it's been really just really nice chilling, chortling, frolicking, and just having fun, which is really nice. Um, I always have like due to various circumstances, I always feel like I I missed out on a bunch of God, it's gonna get dark now. But absolutely rejection sensitivity was like um, I feel I missed out on a bunch of opportunities when I was younger that um, now I'm trying to like catch up on, if that makes any sense. So just like hanging around, dicking about with people is just like really therapeutic as well. So it's just been really nice generally. Um, Other bits before I go. So salute Belgians, Kitbash, painted that guy. Oh, plants. There was something else. What was it? What was it? Turkey Man's Cloaca. Everything else. Kinetic, Bringhamans. What else was I going to mention before I go? Apologies if you've ordered anything and I haven't shipped it because I went AWOL, but I'll be back. Emails and stuff, I'll be back. And as always, if there's something you've messaged and I haven't responded, give me a little nudge and I'll move it to the top and I'll actually see it and respond. We got Joski didn't tell. Oh, it was Nil's birthday as well. I don't know if maybe they've stopped. Maybe they've arrived at their destination. I haven't heard from them for a bit, but maybe they'll be back. But it was Nils's birthday, and we went to Crazy Golf. Happy birthday, Nils! Woo! Nils is a man now. So it was ace. It was ace. So I am really happy. I'm really happy to now be like the stuff that was, even though I love salute and all that, it feels like now it's not over the hump because it always sounds terrible. Done the salute, done the social, but I can get into some sort of routine now because I'm settled in the new place. I'll need to do a big tidy tomorrow, to get sort of reset up and get the orders out and just sort of restructure. and then it's as Nick says, then it's Games Expo. But I have less to do for that because the salute prep kind of preps me for Expo at the same time, so won't be too grim. But the caster is going, Annie, you need to let me know now, not a few days before Expo, what you need. So like, yeah, maybe. So there will be that to do as well. Um, and I tried out some new organisy things that have worked really well at Salute. That's then going to be extra good expo. Extra good expo. I'm sure there was some other little bits I was going to mention before I go. Um, really, really chuffed and excited to be getting on with the Resistance project as well. Oh, Tim says your caster is secretly a sweetheart, though. No, he's not. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. He was a very big help over at Salute as well. Um, and we got yes, and it was, yeah. And apologies if I did see you at Salute and I started saying some words and then did a spin and disappeared because that happened a lot. I went, oh, hang on. Hang on, I was talking to someone and then I just ran away from them. I hope they're not like annoyed at me or anything. Because yeah, when I ran away to Kitbash, it was very much because it's all very overwhelming, which is ace because it's all good. But yeah, it's kind of like Annie, and I'm like, I can't, I need to run away. Um, so yeah, and Dylan Blinks stand up at Lead Steel with a cardboard box. I should just do that at Expo. Just put some, just chuck them. Get one big like hot tub, and just chuck minis in, and go. Oh, like, have you seen the ones where they like strap people so they're like human claw machines and they get lowered and then they've just got to like grab stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. But oh no, it'll be into like all the spears, and you're like, no, raise me up, gone into it, and like does it count if they're embedded in your body, or do you have to have caught them in your hands? So yeah, with the next show is Expo, which is the end of May to the start of June, I think, whatever that long weekend is. And you should totally come to that. And I keep telling people to come to that because it's really good. But it's really good just to as a punter, if you because a bunch of people said, "Oh, what's it like trading?" Like, please just go as a punter and check it out first. It'll do you so much better to trade there. Dan, does that mean you're home? Does that mean you're home, Dan? I decided I was going to talk until you all got home. Um, Annie, I'm not allowed to run a Thunderdome on my stand. Oh, Dan has to catch up for the last 40 minutes. Not yet, because I'll be wrapping up soon, so you can come to the end and then go back. Um, and I told everyone that you're horrible anyway, so there we go. But Dan is home! Yay! You made it home. Now you can come back to England. You can sleep for an hour and then come back to England. And hopefully, I'll be going to Belgium later in the year for the next camping kit bash. If I make the cut. If I make the cut. Um, oh yes, and we did mention that Nils is a man now. Man now. Um, yes, the only last thing to add is I've been noticing that it's more and more important to vocally show trans solidarity and not be horrible. So, I mention this quite a lot, that like it's easy to just go, oh yeah, people will obviously know that I'm not horrible, but I think it's more and more important at the moment to do the virtue signaling, because the virtue signaling is a terrible word, because it's like you let people know that you're not any ist or isms or whatever, but it's quite important, especially for people having a really crappy time at the moment, just to be reassured, even though it doesn't. It's not proof because I see it. So I'm not trans, but I'm a woman, and that's another of the minorities. So when I see men, for example, say I'm a safe space, I kind of like. I'm now suspicious of you, so I'm aware that going, I'm a safe space for trans people. It doesn't mean you have to believe me, and it's not like, well, I've said it, so you have to. Um, but it's still nice to at least get a bit of a heads up, and then you can make your own mind. So I want to do more, and I'm sure they won't mind me saying, but talking to Fenris about this, because they had lots of stickers on the stand at Salute, which was the free golden. So it was the hate love miniatures hate fascism. Yay, currently, yes. Love minis hate fascism. Um, FAI, nobody wants it anyway. And a really cool artwork of Leia with the trans flag and it says Rebel, which is by Tammy. I don't know what she goes by as, I don't know if she does it as a bit. I need to check out Tammy's stuff basically. I know art is by Tammy and she's on Blue Sky. So yeah, it was pro-trans, anti-AI, anti-fascism, which is quite a nice mix. And they had loads of those stickers on the stand just as like, come take them. They said it was really good seeing people's sort of faces change because I'd never considered that. I think my stand and the way everything is about Bad Squiddo should hopefully give away, we're cool, we're not cool, we're not gonna be awful. It's a good chance that this stand's going to be accepting. Whereas when you judge people by obviously by appearance, because that's what you do as a survival tactic. So like the Fenris stand is largely a bunch of bald guys. That you could be like, I don't know if the, and then so people kind of sussing it out, being like, is this the stand? It is, yes. So they were saying about how that was really nice, and it was really nice to make people feel more welcome and a bit more safe and stuff. So that was really nice. I missed the good triad. Um, but yeah, I think it's just more and more important because I take it for granted that people would know that, but then people that don't know me be like, she's all about the she's all about the female mini thing, but to what level? So yeah, just even more sort of front and center. And I went, I saw Katie, and I saw a whole bunch of wargamers yesterday because we had our pro, which is why the show wasn't on yesterday. I may have used that as an excuse because I could have done the show then gone to it, but I needed a lion. I needed a lion as well. But there were quite a lot of wargamer people. One of them I've known for a long time did a very good speech, which I've got saved actually. I recorded, so I need to send them that. And it was, it was a really positive day to something that was really horrible and is really horrible. And what was quite a common theme is that what was it? More that thing with issues, and again, this all ties into what I'm working on with my research with the World War II resistance at the moment. Is that you've got, it's almost like the small percent of active resistance and people doing the thing against the thing, the small amount of people doing the bad thing, and then just this like block of sort of motionless people that don't get involved. And then it's actually that quite important that if you just activate some of those people, that things can actually make, that's a very important block of people that could go to either of these ways. So they did a lot of call outs of like, we need more allies speaking up, because there's actually not many trans people, despite them making out that wherever you go wherever you go, it's that whole, it's a small amount of people that are being massively picked on by a huge amount of people. So the more bodies seem to be doing and saying stuff, to get active if you can and all that, and don't feel bad about virtue signaling, because it's not virtue signaling, it's just making people know that you are not awful. Katie prints a lot of cool stuff and hands them out, and may have some at Expo, because she'll be on the stand a couple days at Expo. She made this. Never more than 5 meters from a trans person. That's kind of the case for the like you hang around with similar people. I probably am never more than 5 meters from a trans person, to be fair, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I wanted to just mention it a bit more, and I'm going to start doing it, even though it's going to lead to more backlash. I was really chuffed that Trish Carden posted the ally flag yesterday, and got a lot of people. Well, had my a minority, but they're a very vocal minority, so they can be drowned out. And that were kind of like, I've loved your work for decades, and now that I found out that you support other people, I'm out. What? But also, yeah, go. And yeah, Trish was going, bye. So that was really, really cool. And the more people that do that, I think, yeah, it just make it, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. And it's a very horrible slope that the world's on. And I know that you don't come to the show for this, you come for some fun stories about salute and such, but it is really important, and it is embedded in what we do with Bad Squiddo as well, because we just want to make things nicer for everyone. I'm gonna go. I've heard an Andy appear. I think he's skulking around the air fryer. Could be, or the pigs. It's pigs, not the two together. Not the two together. Um, so yeah, be thank you very much. Thanks. A very long show, an hour and a half, but it is kind of two shows in one. And I'm sure I forgot to say loads of stuff. But yeah, you're just a really nice community. The So Salute was way more diverse than usual, which was excellent. Nobody that I saw anyway was like, "Oh, what's this?" So that was really good. And yeah, what was it? Yes, yeah, one sign you're worried about the wrong 1%. Like, absolutely. Um, fried Mars bar for tea. So yeah, take care. If you are currently having a really rubbish time with reading the news and thinking everyone hates you, they don't. Lots of us think you're really cool, and we're going to try and do more to vocally and actively help if we can, and always there's anything we can do. Um, yeah. So whatever, rambling. The looming air fryer. I'm gonna have a caramel yogurt and then maybe go to bed again. So I'll see you in the week. Things will be getting back to normal. So yeah, if there's anything that you're like, oh, Annie, can you just reply to my thing? Just send me another message and then it will. So thank you, and thanks everyone that I saw. You're wicked. Um, and Ramshackle will also provide desk space and models for people who are struggling. Oh, also the Belgians, the delightful Belgians, built a sink. They built a sink for Curtis, which is lovely. I like, just like community, isn't it nice? That's a good end point. Right, I will see you all in the week. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for being wicked. Bye.